Welcome to the fantastic Mr. B. In this video, we'll learn how to simplify fractions. Make sure to grab some paper and a pencil so you can work along with me. Before we start, let's take a look at some of our steps on how to solve simplifying fractions. First, you want to ask yourself if you can divide the denominator by the numerator evenly. If so, it will get the simplest form. Second, I like to use what I call my double rainbow method or my greatest common factor. And a side note, if my numerator is a prime number and it cannot go into my denominator evenly, then I can't simplify that fraction anymore. Let's take a look at 36/81. I know that 36 does not go into 81 evenly, so I have to use my double rainbow method or my greatest common factor method. So I need to list out the factors. So I'm going to start with 36. My factors for 36 are 1 and 36. I know 2 times 18 equals 36. And I know 3 times 12 equals 36. And I know 4 times 9 equals 36. And then I know 6 times 6 equals 36. And whenever I have a number that is doubled, I just put a dot on top of it. Now for 81. My factors for 81 are 1 and 81. 2 is not a factor. 3 is a factor. I know that 3 times 25 equals 75. So I know 3 times 27 equals 81. And finally, I know that 9 times 9 equals 81. And here I put the dot on the bottom. Now it looks like I have a double rainbow. What I want to look for is the greatest number in common. And I notice that 9 is the largest number in common. So in order to find my simplest form, I'm going to follow my rainbow back from each of my 9s. So I follow my 9 back to my 4. And then since my bottom number, my 81, is doubled, I keep the 9. So 36/81 is simplified to 4/9. Let me clear my board for our next problem. For 18/20, 18 does not go into 20 evenly. So I have 18, and I know 1 times 18 equals 18. 2 times 9 equals 18. 3 times 6 equals 18. Next, I'll move to 20. I know 1 times 20 equals 20. 2 times 10 equals 20. And I know 4 times 5 equals 20. Now I'm going to look for the greatest number they both have in common. The largest number they both have in common are 2. Now that I have 2's in common, I just follow my rainbow back to the other number. So 2 goes back to 9, so I write my 9 down. 2 follows back to the 10. So my simplest form is 9/10. The reason this is working is because I'm dividing both my numerator and my denominator by 2. 18 divided by 2 equals 9, and 20 divided by 2 equals 10. Let's jump to our last problem before we get to some work together. For our last problem, I have 3/15. My first step is to see if I can divide my denominator by my numerator. So can 3 go into 15 evenly? It can. I know 3 divided by 3 equals 1, and 15 divided by 3 equals 5. So I just simplified 3/15 into 1/5. Now it's time for you to grab your paper and pencil, and we're going to do some work together. We're going to start with our first problem, 7/35. Pause the video now if you'd like to work on the problem. For 7/35, I see that 7 goes into 35. So 35 divided by 7 equals 5, which tells me 7 divided by 7 equals 1. So my answer is 1/5. Let's take a look at 8/16. See if you can solve that problem. Pause the video now. So for 8/16, I see that 8 can go into 16 evenly. So 16 divided by 8 equals 2. And then 8 divided by 8 equals 1. My answer is 1/2. And finally, for my last problem of 4/12, if you'd like to work this, pause the video now. All right, for 4/12, once again, I see 4 can go into 12 evenly. So 12 divided by 4 equals 3. And 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So my answer is 1/3. All right, that wraps up our video on how to simplify fractions. I hope I was able to help you understand simplifying fractions better. Let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure to smash that subscribe button. And until next time, this is Mr. B. Later.